Hello, my name is Nathan, and I serve as the English Language Learning Librarian at Cook Memorial Public Library. This year, the library is celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States, centered on the theme, We the People. As part of this celebration, we are going to have a series of interviews called My American Journey, to honor and share the stories of members of our community who were born outside of the United States. The purpose is to celebrate the rich variety of stories and backgrounds that contribute to who we are as we the people. Today I will be interviewing Mariant. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a bit about where you were born and what it was like growing up there.
I born in Mexico in a state called Veracruz that is in the Gulf of Mexico. But I only born there because I live all my life in Tijuana, Baja California.
What was your family like growing up, and what are some of your strongest childhood memories?
My strongest childhood memories were when I spent my summer with my grandparents in Veracruz. They have a house close to the beach and also the river, and then we spent all that summer there, and I had very good memories to be there.
Can you share your feelings about the United States when you first heard about it, and what images or ideas came to mind when you thought of the United States?
I am particularly different maybe for the other people because I used to live in a border town, and for me, where I live in Tijuana, it's like if you live between Vernon Hills and Libertyville, but there's a wall. And I always, because I always have a tourist visa, we visit the United States like for shopping and rent to home, and they go to maybe to the beach, to Disneyland. It's like I say, it's like a very familiar, very used to. We do not see the United States like the country because we cross and like another town or city. It's different, yeah.
Yeah, the United States was right next door.
Yes.
Yeah. What languages did you learn growing up? And related to that, when did you start learning English, and what was that process like?
I speak Spanish, but I took English in high school. But I started to learn English mostly when I was in college. I took some classes, and then after I married, I took classes and also listened to the news and listened to the cartoons and things like that.
When did you first consider moving to the United States, and what led you to consider this possibility?
The reason I moved to the United States is because I got married. My husband was in the Navy, and I met him in Tijuana, and I moved to the United States permanently in 1996.
Can you tell us a bit about the process of coming to the United States? What sticks out to you about when you first arrived, maybe when you first moved permanently to the U.S., and what first impressions did you have?
Like I said before, it's like when I moved to the United States, I moved to San Diego. And I already knew San Diego because went to the United States. We went to San Diego, go back, and also because there are a lot of people speaking Spanish and a lot of people that is Mexican or for other countries that speak Spanish. There was not a big difference. The difference was when I moved here to Illinois. That was completely different with I don't have any family here, and the majority of the people don't speak Spanish. And so when I also learned to speak English more, and that was the difference when I moved here to Illinois. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about what that process was like, moving from an area maybe that you were more familiar with in San Diego and that area, moving to the Chicagoland area. We moved because my husband was transferred to here.
And yes, it was a little difficult. At that time, I was pregnant with my daughter and living in a place where I don't have any family and nothing and pregnant. I was a little difficult. And all the moving and new people, new places. Yes, it was a little difficult, but I tried my best.
What are some of the major differences between where you grew up and maybe where you live now? So here, like in the Chicagoland area, what are things that you've noticed that are different?
I think maybe the way they drive.
Okay.
Because where I live is very chaotic. Here, there are more correct driving. The kind also here where I live is very quiet, very calm, and I used to live there. When I used to live in Mexico, they had a lot of parties and a lot of music and everything, wherever. Here is like a more calm, and also there had a lot of forest preserves that is very beautiful, and also the things that is different is about the school. The school is like for districts here, and over there no, and also part districts that they have programs and they have camps and that kind of things. And in where I used to live, they don't have that. There, everything is private, like a private company, but they don't have like a part district like here. That kind of things is different.
You talked about the language challenge in the fact of living in an area where not as many people speak Spanish. Was that the biggest challenge you faced, or what were other challenges that you faced when you moved to the United States, or maybe moved here to Illinois?
I think that is the biggest challenge because I am more introvert person, and then I had the problem with the language. Is more in home. I speak to my children in Spanish because I wanted they learn to speak Spanish, and I try to go doing that kind of thing like a PTO, like a helping in the school to practice talking with other people. But yes, I think that's the more difficult part, the language.
Can you tell us about a positive experience you've had since moving here?
I had a lot of positive experience. I had my children here. They born here in the United States. I think I had a lot of good experience, family, a lot of travel, a lot of knowing places. Yeah.
Yeah. What's one place that you've traveled to in the United States that you've enjoyed?
I went to the national park in Sequoia.
Okay, in California.
That was in California this in last May, and it was beautiful, very beautiful place. And also, I really love Washington, D.C. I really love that place, yeah. It's beautiful, the monuments and everything, yeah. And one particular was Arlington Cemetery. We went there over there, and we saw the guard change and they have the tomb.
Yeah, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Yes, and then they do the guard change. It was very beautiful, very.
Yeah, imagine that was a very meaningful experience.
Yes.
What traditions from Mexico have you continued, or that you grew up with that you've continued, and what new traditions have you established with your family as you've lived here in the United States?
The tradition that I have and I continue is mostly in January 6th is something called the Three Kings. It's something with the Catholic Church, and we always buy they call it rosca, but I don't know how they call it here. But it's a bread that have the little Jesus inside, and then we cut that every year. That's the only thing. And a new traditions, for example, Thanksgiving. We not do that in Mexico. It's something that is here in the United States, and we celebrate every year Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's great. How have you built community here in the United States?
I try to, for example, taking English class. There I met people. Also, now I am doing the conversation cafe here and a book club, and that gave me the opportunity to meet other people. But like I said before, because my personality is very introvert. I am in and the language is, I think, is a little difficult for me. It's very difficult for the language, but I've been trying.
Mm-hmm. And final question here. Based on your journey so far, what is one important lesson or story from your experience that you think everyone should know? I had a lot of experience, but I think if you decide to move to another country, you need to do it in the correct way, and also not be afraid to the change. Do it and work hard and mind your business, and everything is going to be okay. Don't be afraid to the change. Is the more important part. Well, thank you so much, Mariant. Really appreciate you joining us and sharing your story. And thank you all for listening. You can support our podcast by sharing with friends and leaving a rating wherever you get your podcast. We'll be back soon, but until then, keep reading, keep watching, and keep listening.